Good morning. In an hour here on BBC One Northern Ireland Sunday Politics, live from Belfast. After Laura Kuennsberg.
An ugly moment. A Conservative booted out, chaos in the Commons and conflict abroad. Anger.
Where on earth is the Speaker of the House of Commons? How do we bring him to that seat?
And apology.
I regret how it's ended up.
The Speaker accused of caving into intimidation outside the Commons to change what happens within. There was no saying sorry from MP Lee Anderson, formerly public chums with the Prime Minister, now booted out of the Tories for offensive comments about the London Mayor Sadiq Khan. But the chaos in a democracy presents an uncomfortable clash with the dangers in the Middle East. Wholesale destruction in Gaza and hostages still being held. While 2 long years of war in Ukraine show no sign of coming to an end. So we have one big question this morning. How do our politicians keep a lid on tensions at home while handling conflicts abroad? The Prime Minister's right-hand man, Oliver Dowden, is here to answer that question. From Salford, Labour's Lisa Nandy joins us too. He's been caught in the headlines for the wrong reasons of late, in charge during some of the Post Office scandal. But how does Ed Davey, the Lib Dem leader, want to change the script in this election year? And a week on from the death of Alexei Navalny, we ask the Estonian Prime Minister, what is it like to be one of Vladimir Putin's most wanted? Morning with you and me for the next 60 minutes. Halima Begum, the boss of the charity Action Aid. Andy Burnham, the Labour Mayor of Greater Manchester, now author. And Therese Coffey, the former Deputy Prime Minister, Cabinet Minister and now Conservative backbench MP. Friend of Liz Truss too. We'll be talking about her a bit later. Welcome to all of them. And of course, a welcome to you too. Let's first of all catch up with what is in the news. On the front of today's Observer, Keir Starmer is accusing Rishi Sunak of harbouring extremists in the paper. After Lee Anderson was booted out of the Tory party, he wouldn't say sorry for claiming the London mayor was being controlled by Islamists. The Mirror has that story too. But the Sunday Times and the Sunday Telegraph say some female MPs now have bodyguards to keep them safe. The Sunday Telegraph warning this could be a radicalising moment. And the Sunday Express cheers the government spending money from the cancelled part of high-speed rail on upgrading other transport links in the north of England. Have we heard that before? Andy Burnham, just to ask you first of all on that headline, more money, cash for the north?
Well, I did wake up this morning thinking exactly what you just said. Have we seen this somewhere before? Well, yes is the answer. Exactly 10 years ago. It was 2014 when George Osborne came to Manchester and said there would be a northern powerhouse. HS2 would be at the heart of it. So they've renamed it this morning, Engine of the North, I think it's called now. But honestly, will anybody in the north of England look at this and not think they're just taking us as though we're mugs, really? They just think they can keep promising this stuff. It's just not going to work. And this money that was saved from cancelling HS2, well, some of it, they proudly said they spent on potholes in London just before Christmas. So they've tried it once too often. And as I might say later in terms of the book I've written, you know, we need the country to basically prioritise the north in a different way. We need to think, if we're going to do it, we can't keep promising it. People in the north deserve it, but it's got to be done properly, and these fake and false promises have got to end. OK, well, we'll pick up on some of that later in the programme, but I want to talk